Hey lovely sexy hobby people, welcome to today's video, which is going to be a quick look at issue 60 and 61 of Stormbringer. Doing this together because we get the two sprues from our Aleguzzler Gargant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the magazines and then I will look at the sprues, and that'll be one video, and then we'll do a build video for the giants separately. I do apologise if you can hear rat dogs barking in the background. And as a little bit of fun, I did receive an email the other day from Hachette saying that our Warhammer Combat Patrol, Warhammer 40,000 Combat Patrol, is likely to start in August. Oh. Naval base. Right, let's have a look at the magazine, shall we? So we get, with one of them, we get a trifold. It says Armies of Akshi, or Akshai. Fire Slayers, my friend Kez will be super into those. So Realm of Fire, the Great Parch. The Great Parch is a huge continent in Akshi, and it is the site of many of the important battles that have taken place in the realm, from the snow-capped peaks of its bleak mountain ranges to its fierce ocean. The lands of the Great Parch are as dangerous as any enemy that marches on the face of the realm. So, Realm of Fire there. Then we get Tempest Eye, Ruins of Aramentia, Vostagimon, and Grimhold. We have Hammerhall, actually, Sons of the Flame here, and then Hammers of Sigmar and Ogre Mortribes. So that's our trifold. Let's have a look at the first one, Skyfleets. Oh, more info on the Caradron Overlords, lovely. The Skyfleets of the Caradron Overlords were initially formed to safeguard the Duardin against the first incursions of chaos. Now they have evolved into a major power in the skies above the mortal realms. They are the mainstays of the Caradron Overlord's military and exploratory operations. So there you go. Perilous Skies, Arcanaut Companies. Then we have info for our Aleguzzler Gargant. Huge, a bit dim, and with a raging hangover, an Aleguzzler Gargant is uniquely awful foe to meet in battle as they stomp angrily around, desperately searching for the cure for a pounding headache. Okay, and then you get horrible quirks and disgusting tactics, D6 rolling charts. So here we go for our how to build, and we're going into, they're suggesting sub-assemblies. Oh no, how to build techniques sub-assemblies. Okay, so it's not our how to build Aleguzzler. This is our how to build Aleguzzler. But we're going to start off with the upper torso, then the groin, and then the legs. Now you do get different arm options, you do get some different weapon options, so it is going to depend on which one you fancy as to which one you put on. Again, you get some different feet options, so there is the ability to customize this kit. Different hands, one's grabbing an unfortunate villager, some different heads, which is nice, and yeah, putting it all together. Right, now on this there are various parts. So we get obviously this cage. We get a skeleton attached to a post, a cow, obviously a barrel, some various bits of pieces. We get a little gibbet here with a skeleton hanging in it. We get a dead squashed grot as well. That's cool. That is really cool. So yeah, there's loads of different bits and pieces that can be put on this. Like loads of different bits and pieces. So what I might do is I might put the person running away onto a 25mm base. This isn't going to be for me. This is for a friend for her collection. So I might just pop the person running away onto a base. I might put the dead grot onto a separate base so that it can be played as a token or something. And then we've got the skeleton as well on the signpost, which I might put onto a separate base. So glazing techniques, glazing with shade paint, etc. Glazing with contrast paint. And then Forged in War, Winds of Change. So battle plan number 10, Alliance of Order. A strange disturbance has hinted at new and powerful magic in the area. The forces of Order have dispatched a patrol to track and investigate the source of the arcane energy. At its origin, they have discovered a new realm gate, but the forces of destruction have got there first, and now the two sides must fight. If they win, the forces of Order will snatch control of the realm gate. If they lose, the forces of destruction will make it through first to explore the new lands beyond. So both of these army lists are going to consist of 2 heroes and 4 troops choices. So Alliance of Destruction, a mighty storm of magic has excited the shamans in the destruction camp, and hoping it can be put to some devious use, the killer boss has eagerly sent out a patrol to track its origins. The patrol soon discovers its source, but the forces of Order have arrived at the same place, and now the two sides must fight. If they win, the forces of destruction will control the gate and get to explore through it. If they lose, the forces of Order will capture the gate and go through to the new lands first. So we're using 3 battle mats. We've got 3 objective tokens along the first long fold line. Okay, basically it's going to be down the centre line of each battle mat at one end, and then the deployments are the quarters or the halves of the first and third of the battle mats that are being used for this game. And then we have our Ian and Eve playthrough, and then obviously our looking forward to. So coming into the second one, Realm of Fire. A blast of fire lights the skies above as ash rains down on the ground below. The heat from the crackling flames is as intense as the passions and tempers of those who live here in Akshi. The Realm of Fire. In this realm, the flames of war burn bright and armies surge to meet each other with blazing fury in never-ending conflict. So, Land of Fury, Fire Slayers, and War in the Realm of Fire. Then we're coming into a how to paint for our Aleguzzler. So we built it in the last issue. And we're painting it in this one. So we are giving it an undercoat of Wraithbone, and then using Reichland Flesh Shade to shade the skin. Yeah, cool. Okay. And then various different colours coming in for bits and pieces. There's a lot of detail on this. So for example, part of this person's wrist armour is an old sword and a breastplate. The cow is going full black spots. Yeah, they haven't put anything on the base, so like I say, I'm very tempted to put the grot and the person running away onto their own little bases. So, Thundrix Profiteers, Order Tactics number 13. They are good for anti-horde and ranged attacks, but they're weak at melee. Or melee. And the Grundstock Thunderers are good for ranged attacks and durability, but they're slow. And here we have our Aleguzzler Gargant. Now, this person has a move characteristic that depends on how many wounds they have left, basically. So it ranges from 8 at maximum health down to 5 inches at its lowest health. But it has 12 wounds, it has a 5 up save and a 6 bravery. And the melee weapons it has are Massive Club, 2-inch range. It's got a star for the okay, so it's got a star for the attacks. I can't see anything which gives me... Oh, here we go. So the Massive Club is affected by the right, so the Massive Club is also affected in this table down the bottom by how many wounds it's got left. And then there's an Headbutt, which also has an effect on damage. So the stronger it is, the more damage it deals, but as it grows weaker through loss of wounds, that it only has 1 damage. And the Massive Club has 5 damage, or 5 attacks at full strength down to 2 attacks at its weakest. So it's 3+ to hit, 3+ to wound, -1 rend, 2 damage. The Headbutt is a 2-inch range. It's got 1 attack. It's 4+ to hit, 3+ to wound, -3 rend, and we know about the damage output. And then a Mighty Kick is a 2-inch range. It's 1 attack. It's 3+ to hit, 3+ to wound. It's -2 rend and D3 damage. This is a nice little fluffy thing for in-game shenanigans. It's stuff them in me bag. Gargants are known to grab hapless warriors and stuff them screaming into their bags for later. After this unit piles in, so when it goes in for a charge and an attack, you can pick 1 enemy model within 3 inches of it and roll a dice. If the roll is at least double that model's wounds characteristic, it is slain. And I assume that the Gargant then picks it up and stuffs it in his food sack for later. Then you've got your War Strolls tutorial. So Stuff them in me bag and Timber and Drunken Stagger. And then we're on to battle plans in the E section. So we're now into the end game. From 61 to 80 we've got our E section for battle plans. So Flame and Fury battle packs, Battle Plan 1, Alliance of Order. So here we go. An Order patrol has passed through the newly discovered Realm Gate into Act Sheet. As soon as they arrive, it becomes obvious that a Destruction patrol made it through first. As they begin to search the vicinity, the Destruction patrol returns and desperately charges into the Order patrol. If they win, they will prevent the Destruction soldiers from reporting back. If they lose, they will miss the chance to gain an early foothold in the new realm. And you're taking 1 hero and 2 troops from your army lists, and that goes for the Alliance of Destruction as well. You will then, with the Alliance of Destruction, it says a destruction patrol has made it through into Akshi, but they are running dangerously low on water as they head back to the gates and order patrol blocks their way. Desperately low on time, the destruction patrol takes the decision to fight. If they win, they will get safely back and be able to report on the new realm. If they lose, they may not make it back alive, and their knowledge of the new realm will die with them. So we have two objective markers. We're using all 4 of the battle mats in a quad layout, so 2, 2. And yeah, basically the forces are deploying on the short board edges. And then mustering for battle. So Ian and Eve played through this battle plan. Ian took the destruction army and picked 1 hero, 2 troops choices from his army list. Eve took 1 blah blah blah. Right. They followed the rules from the battle plan. Okay, so they're just gonna have a chat about what they did in this. And then summing up, so 62 is 2 more paints, and then 63 is our Archanaut Admiral. Right, come down, let's have a look at the plastic. So this is the plastic. Right, the first thing you'll notice is that we get a square base with this. So this was a 2005 sculpt, which I believe Warhammer Fantasy was still the main thing. So it came with the square bases basically, but obviously when it changed to Age of Sigmar they included an oval base, so you now get an oval base with it. But here we go, so we have our main body, so back, front, butt, groin, then we have some leg shenanigans going on here, our forearms here, and then our feet. And if you look here, these are some of the options that you can put on the base. I love this squished grop. That is going onto a base on its own. We get a load of arrows here, which I assume you can use. You can just like snip the arrow heads off, just stick them into the Gargant. And then we have this really cool skeleton on a signpost. Right, is they've put his arm out straight and hung the signpost from the arm. That is really cool. And then we have our various bits and pieces. So we have our cage here for putting our captives in. We have a goat, I think, that can be hung from the ogre's waist. We have our cow in 2 parts, various weapons, so spiked mace, a staff with an old bit of statuette on it. We've got a crow that can sit on his shoulder, various heads. I love this head with the horns, that is cool. We've got some umans stuffed in a bag, obviously one that's been caught and is currently in hand. We've got, this looks like some sort of whip. We've got this jawbone that can be used to go around one of the faces. Oh, we've even got some cloven feet as an option for our ogre. Fantastic. I mean, when they designed this kit, you can tell it's an older kit because of the way that it's spaced out on the sprue. But when they designed this kit, they really did think about the various bits and pieces that they might want to put on it. You know, and I like the fact that we've got this gibbet. That is it. This, you can see the bars going across. I thought it might be another part going on the back, but that's not the case. But yeah, really, really nice miniature for its age. 2005, so you know it's 19 years old now, and we've got our barrel of ale here. so that our giant can live up to its name. And then we've got this piece of the skull for this weapon that glues on there. But yeah, there are so many options for this kit. It is a really nice kit. It's really nicely visualized, I feel, for this particular miniature. The weapon options alone are just phenomenal. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weapon options, I'm gonna say, potentially 6 or 7 weapon options. That is really cool. Right, so join me in the next video and we will get this built. All right, see you soon.